Hello everybody. This is the start of a very long, very important series that I'm doing, a new project. It's called Around the World in 4 Years. Yes, you heard that correctly, 4 years. The reason that I'm doing 4 years is because I'm using this project to, learn about every country in the world. So there are, technically speaking, 195 to 197 countries, depending on how you look at it from the UN standards. So I will be doing 195. I will be doing them in alphabetical order. And basically what you're going to get from these videos is each week I'm going to do the next country. So I'm going to, give you information about the country first, and then after you get the information about the country, I am going to go into the musical portion, which basically is going to be me doing personal research on the music of the country, some of the best artists there, pop artists, different styles, things of that nature. And I am comprising these videos of me creating choreography to the music of these countries, every country. And the point of this project really is to show other people that no matter where you're from, no matter what you do, music and dance and art is in every culture in one way or another. And it is how we can connect as a species and as a human race and as people on this planet that are just trying to connect. So not to get all like out there philosophical on you guys, but that's pretty much why I'm doing this. So the first country that I will be covering is Afghanistan. Gosh, that sounded weird the way I said it. I don't know why, but so we've got Afghanistan. That it is, wow, my words, I'm a little nervous because I want to do this project correctly. So yeah, the first one is Afghanistan. It is in Asia, and the capital is Kabul. And then the languages practiced there, the top languages are Pashto and Dari Persian. And you'll understand that looking at the brief history that I'm going to give. And the flag is going to be right here. And the colors on that are black, red, and green. It's a very pretty flag. And just a fun fact, their national animal is a snow leopard. So, let's go into a brief history. Okay, so between 3000 and 2000 BC, people started to occupy the land, and they were probably Iranian. Bactria existed from around 2300 to 1700 BC, and that was located on the Oxus River in northern Afghan territory. So this was pretty much documented as their first major city. It consisted of farmers who helped to establish the land. So then it was, what we know is Afghanistan was conquered by the Persians in 515 BC. And the Persians used the Afghans for their army, and they tried to conquer Greece, but they failed. So Alexander the Great was like, huzzah! And he, went over and conquered the Persian Empire, which included the Afghans, and they're just sitting there like, we weren't even in this. So then Greek culture spread throughout the land. It's not a surprise. It's a pretty powerful empire. And Greece made treaties with India, so that gave India a lot of rule over Afghanistan. So we start to see sections that are ruled by different people. obviously India ruled the part that was closest to India. So Greek rule eventually ended with the invasion of the Scythians, and after them, the land fell to Parthian Persian rule. Full Persian rule didn't last, and Indo-Parthian rule lasted from 12 BC to 130 AD. So we're starting to get closer to current. After this, a tribe of Caucasians, not me, Caucasians from Western China called the Yuezhi were attacked by another tribe there, and fled to Afghanistan. So the Yuezhi integrated their culture, and eventually they took over and started the Kushan Empire. Some of y'all might have heard of that. That's getting more into like the history that we know. The Kushan Empire from 30 to 375 AD. In 225 AD, the empire split in half. I guess they had a disagreement. I don't know. And the western half was conquered by the Persians. So the western half was like... And the remaining Kushan was interrupted in their rule by the Hunna tribes. And some historians believe that could have been the Huns, but we're not sure. They ruled for about a century, and then the Sasanian Persians defeated them in 565. And at this point, I stopped using AD, BC, all that other stuff, because we're getting closer to us. So Arabs arrived after a few decades in 642. They brought with them Islam, and the Arab language and culture didn't quite catch on, but Islam definitely did. So over the next few centuries, different leaders fought for control. The Mongols invaded in 1219. Afghan entered a dark period and resurfaced with the rule of Timur from 1336 to 1405. So we're getting closer. Afghan rule was split three ways from the 1500s to the 1700s. So you've got the Indian portion that was ruled by India. You've got the Persian portion somewhere. And then you've also got the portion that is going to start to be ruled by, you guessed it, who's coming into the picture? Oh, they're not coming into the picture yet, but the British are coming. They are coming. In 1722, Afghan armies conquered Persia, but it didn't last long. Nadir Shah ruled from 1698 to 1747. After him, Ahmad Shah Durrani ruled and conquered from 1722 to 1772. Yes, they overlap. I don't know why. The British invaded in 1878, but they did not add the Afghan people to the British Empire. Britain kept control of Afghan foreign relations, and Afghan did not like this, so they fought back and invaded British India in 1919. And it ended in a stalemate, and they were all just kind of like, okay, I ain't gonna mess with you if you don't mess with me, you know what I'm saying? So Mahmud Tarzi ruled from 1865 to 1933 and opposed religious extremism. He promoted education, and he briefly considered women's rights. So, you know, compared to other people, he was like kind of like a stand-up guy there. Slavery was abolished in 1923. Afghans remained neutral during the Cold War, but accepted aid from Russia. And in 1973, the monarchy was abolished by Daoud Khan. I really hope I said that right. He became the first president, but was assassinated in 1978. The Tsar Revolution in 1978 saw communists gain control. The Civil War ensued and hasn't really stopped since. Soviets withdrew eventually, and in 1994 the Taliban is first introduced. It gained support from Pakistan, took over Kabul, and enforced a totalitarian regime. Al-Qaeda came into play and believed that the West wanted to take away Islam and obliterate it, pretty much get rid of it. 9/11 took place, and the U.S. took action. They sent troops in to dismantle the Taliban. I'm not going into conspiracy theories. I'm looking at the facts of history right now. Don't come at me with those. At this point, U.S. troops have pulled out and Afghanistan has been reclaimed by the Taliban. So there's no easy way to end that history. You know, there's no easy way to end this part and go right into the dancing. I would just like to say that I am paying attention to what's happening over there, and it is very hard to watch. And I hope that this video can at least bring some light to their culture and what they do, because they do have a very beautiful culture. The people who respect other people and other human beings. It's a beautiful place, really. And the whole country in itself shouldn't be judged just because of extremists. So here we go. I hope you guys enjoy.
آمدی چون هدیه خدا، چون روشنی ما در زندگی تنها. با تو هیچ غم نیست مرا، بی تو اما هنگو آواز بی صدا.
लेला चरता कदम की दी औ चरता कदम की दी बाजवड़ गुलुना
हल तक उधर के ताज़ा की जड़ गुलुना कमिस्तोर
औ तोर माला रोड़ा ताजा ताजा गुलुना ड्रेसलोर माला रोड़ा ताजा ताजा गुलुना ड्रेसलोर
کادو آترسی وای بدن رو ببین جون بابا، خودتو بلرزون بابا، همه میگه ساسی پاشو همه رو برقصون دادا. آقامون جنتلمنه جنتلمنه، این خانومم عشق من عشق منه. آقامون جنتلمنه جنتلمنه، این خانومم عشق من عشق منه.
دنبال توپ چرا ول کردن بچه‌های تیم فوتبال ما؟ یه حرکت